Struggle and resilience are two concepts the people of East Palestine know all too well. 1 year after a toxic train derailment, the village is looking to regroup and find hope in rebuilding.
But is that lingering stigma derailing the community 1 year after? And could it be for good? News 9's Chloe Messagaitis takes a closer look in this News 9 special assignment.
It was a scene people all across the world were astonished by. A black cloud of smoke filling the sky of a village with a population of just over 4,000. All stem from a Norfolk Southern train derailing, putting the village in conversation on a national scale.
If you say you're from East Palestine, they know where you're talking about.
Now, a year later,
there's still a lot of people hurting, some physically, some emotionally.
It's a town looking to break that tainted stigma and hoping to move forward.
Well, this site right here looks a lot different than it did a year ago. Cleaned up tankers, cleaned up soil, now 10-foot walls placed by those train tracks. We stopped here in East Palestine to talk to residents to hear how they're feeling 1 year post-derailment.
What we found, these feelings are mixed.
Half the town feels there's nothing wrong, and the other half the town thinks there's still something wrong.
William Smiley Hugar lives a matter of feet from the derailment site on Taggart Road.
Oh, wait till we get down here.
A constantly changing scene, but to him, just another day in his backyard.
You got the pounding from them putting the walls into the ground, so you have that going on all day. It's just constant, various sounds all the time.
Hugar says that's not the only thing that's changed. People have started to flee the village.
People don't want to live in this mess.
Especially with that stigma continuing to linger on. Dianna Elzer is a resident who owns several businesses alongside his wife, Dianna. Elzer believes that things are getting better as Norfolk Southern continues to pour millions in environmental and community assistance into the town, making their total investment somewhere in the ballpark of $1 billion.
There are some people that were more concerned about what happened than others that decide to leave.
But it's not just everyday life, it's the livelihoods that go with it. Elzer agrees that businesses have been tough to recover due to that stigma.
It's taken a little longer for the businesses because we've got to change the perception in the outside community that it's safe to be here.
We spoke to business owners Harry Jones and Maggie Guglielmo a year ago when the tragedy first hit. Now catching up a year later.
Since it's happened, we haven't had our outside customers coming in. We did pull from the tri-state area. We pull from people from 20, 30 miles away sometimes. We're not seeing that coming into town now.
Jones says it's taken a big chunk of business away.
Those outside customers coming in was counted for about 50% of our business. I mean, when you take away half of the business, it hurts.
While tough, he's staying afloat. Guglielmo, on the other hand, had to close her doors for good, as her business Wristbands America was tainted by the fumes from Contaminated Creek, Sulphur Run.
The odor from Sulphur Run, which runs right underneath the plaza here, all the odors came right up. All the toxic fumes and everything came right up. And silicone absorbs odors, and for 4 months, my wristband stunk.
Those creeks impacting more than just Guglielmo's business. We spoke with Terry McElroy, who serves as Unity Township trustee, which is part of East Palestine. McElroy says his biggest worry is with the environmental impacts on the area water. He says there are still chemicals in the streams and wells that run on a 60-day testing schedule.
If they test today and tomorrow the chemical gets in the aquifer, they're going to be showering and drinking that water for 59 days before it gets tested again.
And while there's been constant EPA testing, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine says this will take time.
We've got 1 or 2 streams that still have some oil in it. We know that because we go in and trying to kind of stir things up and have that oil come to the surface, and then that oil is in fact removed.
Ohio EPA Director Ann Vogel says they don't see anything that could impact the public through their sampling, as over millions of gallons of water have been tested.
We don't see any chemical of concern that is at such levels that there would be a human health risk.
So where do we go from here?
But in 2 years, what would you like this to look like? A lot of residents still concerned that this stigma is always going to be here.
This is not going to be a long-term contaminated town. It's just not. It was a contained area. We know exactly what was spilled and in what quantities, and we know how to clean it up.
But residents still worry this won't be enough.
Do you think there's always going to be a bad stigma with this little town?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there will be now, because I've been starting to call this the ghost town of East Palestine. Everybody wants out for a reason.
Governor DeWine says he hopes in the next year there will be a gaining confidence in the community.
But I hope as time goes on people will feel confident that the air is good, that the water is good, and this is a great place to raise a family.
But adds it will just take time, which can heal all wounds.
The town has an opportunity to really move forward, to become stronger and better than it was before, and hope we take advantage of that opportunity.
In East Palestine, Chloe Messagaitis, News 9.
Hi, I'm Jessica Riley. Thanks for watching. Here's another video for you to view, and also take a moment to subscribe to our channel.